Ave cohort, we are live here on another glorious Monday night. Drink in hand, ready to roll. A little bit of coffee here to get us going through the rest of the evening. Not too much though. Eventually, at some point, I need to get to sleep, so there's that. But I'm gonna be starting up here with the classic games here in just a minute. And what I've got on the agenda for us is to run through one of my another childhood favorite, because that's kind of what we're doing here on Monday. Another Atari ST game. This one is Police Quest, the first game in the series, In Pursuit of the Death Angel from Sierra. And it is the EGA version of the game, which includes, like the whole text parser type deal. They did re-release that one, I think, in the early 90s, like 91, 92, right around the time frame of Police Quest 3, with a point-and-click type interface that was a little more indicative of the usual things you were seeing at the time, like King's Quest 5 and eventually 6. Some of the Space Quest games like 4 and 5 right around that same time frame. Sarah was really good about running a bunch of games adventure-wise through the same engine as long as it works. And, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So that's what we're going to run with on that one today. All right, so let's go ahead and get this flipped on over to the stream. And we will get going with the game. Obviously using the Steam engine there for that. All right, let's go ahead and get going. Okay, so just going to move on through here. There's a great many parts of the game that are largely quiet unless there's sounds or other things kind of going on, which sounds, I don't know, a little dumb to say out loud, I guess, but there's not a whole lot of music necessarily. But the game does kind of keep track internally of how long certain things take. And, if you take forever to go ahead and get out to where your briefing is, or, answer a call or what have you, it'll fail you accordingly. For now, we're going to go ahead, get over to our locker, and get some essentials here before we start our day. Our policeman's belt, ammunition, and our case. And got our weapon loaded, and we're ready to go. Got an afternoon briefing coming up there for 1300, but we're going to go check our pigeonhole first, and we'll read that newspaper that's there. Look in the pigeonhole and we find a letter that says, hey, how about 1198 at Carol's Caffeine Castle later in the shift. So Steve's looking to have a coffee break with us later. It's important, so we'll catch up with that. All right. Open the city and an article about President Hickel looking for birds. Not going to read the article here so much, but the nuts and bolts of it is a lot of drugs have been showing up in Lytton streets. And they're concerned that a new person going by the name of the Death Angel is responsible for the traffic. But also important for us is the LPD Officer of the Year nominees. Chief Whipplestick has nominated Sonny Bonds, that's us, and Walters for LPD Officer of the Year award. And there's us on the right. Hard to tell with the pixels, but we don't have the mustache. Good stuff. And we'll put the paper down because it's time to hear this briefing is all about. There's our partner, Steve. With the blonde hair. Of course, he doesn't actually ride along with us. We do these things on our own mostly, but is what it is. All right, there's the sergeant. Sergeant John Dooley briefs the 1300 shift, beginning with the latest hot sheet of stolen rides. Welcome back, men, says Sergeant John Dooley. I hope you've enjoyed the long weekend. Now listen up, he barks. We're looking for a black 1983 Cadillac license number LOP 1238, VIN CO3456218. Ford is stolen last week. Try hard to find it so I can get that Malcolm Washington character off my back for a change. Dooley continues. Now hear this. Last night, 3 teenagers were arrested in 3 separate arrests, each for drunk driving. 2 of the 3 were in possession of cocaine, and all 3 attend Jefferson High School. That should tell you something, boys and girls. Well, that's it for today. Watch your butts, kids. We don't want old Chief Whipplestick whining about our industrial injury stats going up again. Sonny Bonds, your call number will be 8332. Doesn't tell anybody about any of their call numbers, but at least we know ours, right? Keep wearing that aftershave lotion, I'm going to have to jump you. Sure clears out quick around here. All right, so in this office, we've got the door there to the far left. It goes to Sergeant Dooley's office. Obviously, we just came out of the briefing room, and the locker room is to the bottom right. Up north at the little bars there is the evidence lockup. And the doorway to the right is, or left rather, is the computer lab. We picked up a radio from this table and our patrol car keys from the board. So we can go ahead and continue. We have the narcotics room for the detectives in narcotics. Some memos and Lieutenant Morgan's office. And there we go. We got some patrol cars, our Corvette, and an undercover car for narcotics. So first thing we're going to do is quick prescribed walk around the vehicle. Because if we don't, we might blow a tire or something, and that'll be it for us. And it kind of does that if you don't do the prescribed walk around and look around the car. As soon as you start the vehicle and drive away from the police station even a little bit, it will, go, oh, you got a flat, you're dead, and you have to start all over again. All right, we got our nightstick. Safety first, boys and girls. And right before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and save state. Because, even after all these years driving in this one with the minor delay, from key press to action occasionally gets one killed. Well, thank you, Frost. Appreciate the subscription, and you are, in fact, Guncam Man. All right, so we're just cruising the city streets here for a little bit. Fig and Fifth Street. Passing Fourth. I'm just going to turn down here arbitrarily. It's like many other Californian cities. Ooh. Surprised we didn't get hit right there. It was close. I think it's the middle of the car that tends to be the problem. Don't really have a assigned sector we need to be at or anything just this minute, so we're just kind of cruising and waiting to hear from things on the radio or maybe see some people running some stoplights. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Frost. I was glad to see folks stop by for a minute. You know, Classic Game Night kind of starts a little later than some of the other streams that I do, but it's been going all right here so far on the Monday nights. Appreciate everybody coming on to hang out. Uh-oh. 8332, 8332, respond to 1183 Southwest Corner, Fig and 4th Street. All right. Oh, that looks bad. Now let's take a look at the car. Green Coupe will require a major front end job. Broken glass of the driver's window is a strange pattern for a car wreck. It appears to be a bullet hole. Take a deep breath and look in the car and see a male slumped over motionless over the steering wheel. Closer look reveals a bloody injury to the left side of his head and a gaping hole in his lower right jaw. No pulse, no breathing, no vital signs. And there's a bullet hole in the driver's window. This is not your normal everyday traffic accident. In your opinion, this man was murdered. Sometimes I like the sass and sarcasm of Sierra games. Now, this man is beyond help. All right, let's talk to the crowd and see if anybody saw anything. An excited young man approaches you. Officer says, I saw what happened. I saw everything. Yeah, it is an interesting one there, Frost. From what I understand, there were some police departments there for a brief period of time that were helping some of their new recruits by playing some of the Police Quest franchise to get procedure things down. Different time. I was buying a paper at the newsstand across the street when I heard the scream of tires, he tells you. I looked down the street and here comes this car and a light blue late model Cadillac racing down the street side by side. When they got closer, I heard a bang. I thought one of them had a blowout. But right after that, this car lost control and crashed. Light blue caddy just kept on jamming, he finishes breathlessly. All I know is, the witness says the witness, I think I saw part of his license plate number, L964. He's not telling us anything new, so let's go ahead and radio dispatch. Looks like a homicide. Crackles and responds. 10-4-83-32, we copy 197 PC homicide. Be advised, one homicide unit is en route. And the coroner's office has been notified. Continue investigation. You notify the dispatch of vehicle info. 10-4-83-32, we copy 187 PC homicide. Continue investigation. You notify them of the vehicle information for the rest of it. 8332, be advised description of suspect vehicle is late model light blue Cadillac. 10-4-83-32, we copy light blue Cadillac, partial license L964. All right, so now we just got to wait for Detective Hamilton and Detective Dooley, or Sergeant Dooley, rather. And then we'll be ready to hit the streets again. Since this is an emulator and I don't actually have to wait. Go. Let's fast forward a little bit. Homicide detectives Oscar Hamilton arrives with Sergeant Dooley. Bond's Detective Hamilton will handle the investigation from here. All right. Hit the streets, try and find the rat responsible, says Sergeant Dooley. I'll introduce the witness to Hamilton. Our work here is finished. The life of the simple patrolman. We are going to take a minute and save the game. I wouldn't be surprised, Frost. I'm actually catching some of that nearby here, too. I don't know how much of it actually reaches the microphone. Sometimes it can get through the noise suppression and everything else, but well, it's just kind of hanging out. Let's see what this car does. Yep, turns. So I'm going to let him go and make his turn because the AI does not care whether or not I'm driving or not. Got Carol's Caffeine Castle and Wino Willie's there. Hey, looks like Steve's there. It's time for our coffee break. Before we get too nuts, I'm just going to save again because this is one of the many times It is incredibly easy. To break the car. And then it's game over. Radio dispatch, let them know we're taking our 10-7 at the coffee shop. Hey, Sonny, it's good to see you. Just basically going on about our day here. Boy, it sounded over in the air like you had a real mess in your hands, that 187 seemed. This coffee will blow your socks off. Boy, you were in your coffee after that mess. Steve likes to hear himself talk, apparently. Carol sets the coffee down and says, "Here you go, big boy, 1 caffeine IV. My kind of girl there, Carol." Slam back the entire mug of Jamaican Java. Your eyeballs roll back in your head. That's what we need. Good coffee. Steve looks like he's on a caffeine high. Look over Carol's blue plate specials du jour. Fillet of hummingbird breast. Gonna be tiny. Pigsty stew. Actually sounds kind of tasty. Fried pork rind. A little redundant. Yum? Question mark. Carol yells at you from across the room. "Officer Bonds, there's a Detective Hamilton on the phone for you." Oh, thank God. Let's get away from Steve there talking to himself. Answer phone. You take the phone and hear, "Bonds, this is Detective Hamilton. We've identified the 187 victim in the car as Lonnie West, a local small-time drug dealer. Believe it or not, he's the second small-timer to get his ticket punched in the last 2 weeks. I just wanted you to know about West since you've worked the scene. Gotta run, got another call waiting. Don't spend the whole day drinking coffee." Hangs up the phone. Gotta use the restroom there. Soap off, rinse off, and dry your hands. We'll sit down and we'll stare at Steve again. Well, guess it's time to get back to the business of crime fighting. Sure is, Steve. Good luck. All right, Frost, have a good night. Thanks for watching. All right, let's go ahead and fasten that there old seatbelt. We'll be on our way. Save the game again now that we're back on this extremely hazardous roadway. Always waiting for a red light. Let's see what this car does. Oh, it just moves through. All right. See, if I was actually driving, the moment that light turned green, the guy behind me had been honking his damn horn. Just trying not to get killed by square pixels. West is the entrance to Lytton City Park. Cruiser Beach, just aching to write a ticket. I think we might wait here for just a moment. Oh, what's that red sports car doing? Just ran a red light. Activate red emergency lights. Observe the sports car pull to the curb and stop. Key radio 80 through 32. Run a vehicle check on license plate. Oh my MG. Currently registered. No wants. Well, we're going to need to get our ticket book. So let's go and open up our case. Collect those two items. Welcome back from the ad break, folks. Dispatch turns the information requested. Is currently registered to a Helen Hotz. No wants. She's looking at the car. You wonder, can this be happening? Young lady has a smile that could melt the polar ice caps. Beautiful flashing eyes, gorgeous hair, and her unbuttoned blouse makes it obvious she has nothing to hide. Hi, my name is Helen. Helen Hotz, she says, with the heat detectors go off for miles around. What's yours, handsome? Good day, ma'am, you say, trying to keep your glance high. I'm Officer Sonny Bonds. Truly sorry, sir. I honestly didn't even see that red light. Is there anything I can do to convince you to let me off? And I do mean anything. Oh, sorry, Helen. License and registration, please. Being the veteran that you are, you overcome temptation and stared the young lady straight in the eyes. May I please see your driver's license, ma'am? She's hopping mad and she yells, "Oh, you cops are all alike. All you care about is making your quotas." Well, come on, snap it up. I'm in a hurry, Mr. Big Shot Traffic Cop. Guys like you make me want to do a big dip of snuff. You never give a decent girl a break. You just hassle people. Politely, you tell her you ran a red light back there, miss. Carefully fill in all the unnecessary information on the citation. Oh, need to have her sign it. You know, the ticket button, your pen. Please sign the X, ma'am, you politely instruct her. She hands back your ticket book and hands your ticket book back and suggests with a sarcastic smile, "Why don't you shove that pen where the sun don't shine, officer? Mommy and Daddy really." "Here's your ticket, ma'am." Beverly pounds you again. "Officer, did your mother have any children that lived?" "Yep. Day in the life of dealing with the public." Uh-oh. Looks like we're going to have to do that one all over again. Like I said, sometimes the driving in this one just is enough to get you killed. All right, well, third time's a charm, right? Round two. There we go. All right, we'll just get through this part again real quick since we literally just looked at it. Into the case. Get the pen. Get the ticket book. Close the case. That's right, we get to see the art style again, I suppose. All right, we'll remember to save our game this time right before we start driving. Whoop. The red young woman shrieks as you drive off. "Your mama wears army boots, you shithead." Thanks, general public. Traveling between Oak and 3rd. Back to cruising the city of Lytton. Do 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 do. Take the interstate there. It's gonna cruise right on down the road. Looks like Carol might have some company there. Respond to a complaint at Carol's Caffeine Castle. Yeah, all right. Maybe we didn't need to show up code 3, but, you know, made the lights flash. Go see what Carol needs. Can't upset our coffee queen, right? Carol is obviously upset as she blurts out in a loud tone of voice. Oh, Sonny, those drunken barkers in the bar next door are taking up all the parking places in front of my cafe. They just have no consideration for others. Where are my customers going to park? Would you ask them to move their motorcycles, please? Write another chapter in your life with a big-time crime stopping, parking space hogging. All right, Carol, we'll go take care of it. Yeah, we'll not knock their bikes over. Could, but yeah. Probably there's some nice motorcycles too. All right, well, let's see what we got on here. See, he heads for the back room. The bartender mumbles under his breath, "Here comes trouble." Leader of this bunch comes over and says, well, well, if it ain't the Tidy Bowl man. Any plan to make us move our bikes, wimp? Oh, say goodnight, pig. We're gonna kick the shit out of you. All right, well, that sounds like a credible threat, right? It's nightstick time. Move your PR-24 and take a defensive stance. The head biker quickly backs down, saying, excuse us, sir. If you're going to be rough with us, we'll just leave quietly. Come on, guys, let's blow this joint. Local working girl at the bar seated there seems to know you, shops down and shouts. Sending bonds at you. My hero, boy, I'm glad you showed up. These guys had some pretty strange ideas. Obviously, come to the right place. Sweet Cheek spills her guts to you. You know what I heard the other day, says Marie? There's a big dope man trying to take over Lytton. He likes to call himself the Death Angel. I don't know no more about him, but this John was sure a peculiar duck. Sorry, I'm just kind of waiting for the big romantic music there to stop because it's, very loud and probably isn't much quieter than I am here on the stream for talking. I've only seen him once. I'm not sure about his name. I think it was Kaufman or Hoffman or something like that. He's a real spiffy dresser. But the funniest thing, the guy was a sweet little flower tattoo above his left nipple. It's kind of cute, really. Sweet Cheek steps into her office and says, "See you later, Sonny." Alright, well, we better let Carol know that the complaint's been resolved. Nope, apparently she's as satisfied as we are, so back to the car we go. Yeah, overall it's not a bad game. It's got some lulls to it between the bigger action notes. It does have a lot of Sierra's sense of humor when bad things happen. Uh-oh. You observed an erratically driven vehicle and feel the driver may have had one too many. Slowly pulls to the right, jumps the curb, and comes to a stop. Key radio, 8332, run vehicle check on license programmer 1. Programmer 1 is currently registered. Valid local registration in the name of Art Sarabian. Record check shows 2 prior DUI convictions. Well, let's see. Number 1, if Art's in the car. Number 2, if he is, it's gonna be a trip there to jail. Looking in the glassy, watery eyes of a middle-aged man, he's certainly feeling no pain. And fumbles with his wallet. My license? Yeah, it's right. Here. It is. Oh, Art. Restrictions programmer on 2 Macintosh Street. Alright, let's give this man a field sobriety test. Correctly administer the field sobriety test, and amused as your subject gives his best imitation of a young swan attempting its first takeoff. The drunk begs you, could you cuff me in front, please? I'm not feeling so good. Not wanting to take a chance to explain, I'm sorry, sir, but departmental policy dictates all custody arrests shall be restrained by proper handcuffing procedure, and that means behind your back. Place him under arrest for violation of Lytton City Vehicle Code VC 23502, driving while under the influence. Pat him down and find no weapons. Read him his rights. Blackton says, okay, where are we going? Oh, we're just going to take a little ride, see some friends of yours. It's okay, buddy, come on. Let's be on our way. What about my car? Don't worry, it'll be towed somewhere safe at your expense. One in custody, en route to jail. I think this was the first adventure game from Sierra's that I actually managed to get through all of it on my own. Of course, that was a time frame before the inner tubes and walkthroughs and things of that nature, so there's a lot of fumbling and trial and error. See if you can walk up those stairs without falling down, you order the drunk. What you mean, officer? I walk like this even when I'm sober. Watch your step, Art. Don't want you falling down the stairs. He's got a little struggle there at the top. Push the buzzer, jail releases the electronic lock. Jailer greets you with a friendly, if you're selling tickets, I don't need any. What can I do for you, Hot Pencil? Remove the inventory and prisoner's personal property and hand to the jailer with a booking slip. Jailer takes prisoner's property and then says, okay, Monte, remove this gentleman's cuffs, place behind door number 1. You boy, that feels good. Just drunk. Those cuffs are so tight, I thought my hands had fallen off. Throws up on the floor. The jailer laughs. You're going to clean it up, Bonds. Gee, thanks a lot, officer, says the drunk. I'm so happy I could just shit. Hey, it's Detective Laura Watts. Hey, son, I need to speak with you for a moment. Position's opened up in narcotics, according to Lieutenant Morgan, be filled by a veteran street cop. That's us. If you're interested, submit a memo to Morgan as soon as possible. It'd be a great chance for you to get out of that uniform for a while. Just as Laura leaves, the jailer yells at you. Yeah, Pencil, come over here. Just hung up from talking to Dooley, and he's hot. Want you back at the office on the double. Well, all right. Back to the police station. All right. Should be just about time for the end of our shift. Put our transfer memo in the basket. And we'll see how that works. That gremlin keeps messing with me, says Sergeant Dooley. I'm going to notify Internal Affairs to start an investigation. When I find out who the little weasel is, says Sergeant Dooley, you better believe that he or she will be walking a footbeat from the river all the way to Joe's junkyard. All right, well, let's take a look at what might be going on in his office. You can hardly believe your eyes. A full-grown chicken with its legs tied together is flapping about and clucking raucously. Right on Sergeant Dooley's desk. Feathers fly everywhere, but that's not the worst. Unfortunately, the chicken has lost control of her bodily functions. The mysterious gremlin has struck Sergeant Dooley again. Sonny, if I find out you were that inconsiderate, worthless gremlin, I'll hang you out to dry. You think to yourself, this is one excited chicken. As you watch it flop, squirt, and cluck around Dooley's desk, you bite your lip to try and keep from laughing. Hey, Sonny, you're off duty, aren't you? Some of us are going to the Blue Room to throw Jack a little surprise party. After you change clothes, why don't you stop by? I think we can manage that. Say, fool, back out just a shade. You getting close enough to dance with, and Lord only knows I did enough dancing last night. Regulations require shower before changing. Hang up all of our stuff. Quick little shower. Alright, sorry about the delay there a little bit, folks. Apparently had a minor disconnect there on the stream. Looks like some of the bandwidth was getting low there for just a moment, but it seems to have resolved itself. So depending upon where that actually stopped us for a minute, we have changed clothes. We're on our way to the Blue Room. Go meet up with our buddy Jack and help celebrate his birthday now that we're done with our work shift. Since it's the late 80s, we got our rockin' white pants and a blue, probably denim shirt. Just be grateful it's not a polyester leisure suit. Do 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 do. Good move. Your wallet's on the seat. Got a rule about the Corvette. I don't drive it at the slow speed unless I'm going to park. Always a red light where I'm trying to go somewhere. $90 in cash, but no credit cards. See your friend Jack sit alone at the table as jukebox against the wall to the left. This is the Blue Room, popular lounge for cops. Behind the bar stands the owner, retired LPD officer Bobby Lopez. Next speaks. Boy, this is a depressing one day I've had today, Sonny. Oh, Sonny, I just discovered my daughter's doing drugs. It's really screwed me up. I know she's getting them at school. I just can't finger the punk who's supplying. Life is going to crap. I can't talk to my daughter. She won't listen to me anymore. My drinking has my marriage on the rocks. My wife's ready to leave me. Everything's a mess. Getting some story here with this one. Hey, Keith. How's it going? Keith is a major player there in the second game in the series, and he wears, I want to say he wears a set of clothing that looks an awful lot like what he's got on now. Jack is totally surprised everyone sings happy birthday. Oh boy, Hoochie Coochie Hana. What'd you think of Hoochie Coochie Hana? You know, Keith, Jack answers, I think I'll ask Santa to put her under my tree this year. Keith pikes up. Oh my gosh, son, did you forget we swapped shifts like weeks? You're due at the station for a shift briefing in 15 minutes. What do you mean I gotta go work a double? It's just like my day job. Yeehaw. Alright, well. Alright, back to the office. Keith is such a good friend. Kind of friend who'd invite you out for drinks and then remind you that you have to go back to work. Okay. Welcome back from the ad break, folks. I'm going to forego getting the radio extender just this minute because probably late to the briefing. His firm voice duly reminds you being punctual to briefings might keep some of those corrective memos out of your pigeonhole bonds and find your seat. Lee says, "Men, we've received some information from the day sergeant, which was himself, concerning a missing persons report filed earlier this morning. Seems that a Mexican male, physical description, 5'8", 145 pounds, black hair, brown eyes, by the name of Jose Martinez, was last seen by his wife 2 days ago, getting into a late model, late blue Cadillac. Nobody's seen or heard from him since. Sounds familiar. This person has some previous arrests involving narcotic sales," says Dooley, concluding the briefing. "Be advised that this black Cadillac may be the one and the same as the one involved in the recent murder of Lonnie West. We have a partial license plate number, L964. Dooley proceeds to get everyone to beat assignments for the day, concluding with yours. Bonds, your call number will be 8332. Let's keep it safe out there, boys and girls. Probably a historical relevance there for that one. A show that was pretty big at the time, Hill Street Blues. I think it might have been either one of its last seasons or later seasons there by 1987 when this game came out, but it was the procedural drama of the day before things like NYPD Blue and Law and Order and everything else came out. But Sergeant Esterhaus would always conclude his briefings with, let's keep it safe out there. Sonny, next time you sign up for a graveyard shift, I'd just love to be your partner. We'll have to remember that, lady. Go check our pigeonhole here real quick. Check a pigeonhole, find a sealed envelope. Ripping it open, you have a message from an unknown informant advising you of illegal high-stakes gambling in the back room of the Hotel de Fora Cocktail Lounge. About to remember the information, discard the envelope and the message. A lot of folks from NYPD Blue would go on, or we actually got some first appearances in Hill Street Blues as well. Sometimes folks makes the rounds on those shows, I guess. All right, got our keys, got our radio. Group photograph of the Lytton Superior Court Justices hangs on the wall. Some good pixel art. And since we're getting back to our patrol car again, let's do another walk around. And a quick save. And we're off. Hang on, light. Wait for us. Here we go. Ooh, there's our boy. I'll save there. Dispatch relays 8332, possible stolen vehicle reported your vicinity. It's going to be that teal car that just took off like a bullet there for us. Vehicle's light blue, late model, last seen near Jefferson High, possible drug involvement. Approach with caution. Got him. Noting your persistence and driving skill, the driver of the Cadillac pulls over and attempts to lose you fail. There it is. 694. It's that partial plate. Registered to a 1979 Cadillac, junked in 83. Approach with caution. Request backup code 3. 8331 is responding code 3 to your location. Vehicle almost matches the description of the vehicle mentioned by a witness in the fatal car crash. Just going to wait patiently here for a minute. Need our backup to get here. Here we go. Officer Jack Cobb arrives to the scene. Cobb radios dispatch. Dispatch, be advised, hold all radio traffic to code 4 confirmed. 8332 is 8331. Sounding recovery from the passenger side of your patrol car. We make contact with the suspect. 8331 out. Careful, this dude's dangerous. Jack says, I got him covered, Sonny. Go ahead and cuff him. Feel relief as you close the handcuffs around his wrist. While he's on the ground, let's search him. Hey, look at there. There's a party piece. Smith & Wesson 45 caliber semi-automatic. Honest officer, only carry that for self-defense on the freeways. Hey Jack, you all your backup. How's about booking this for evidence? Not on my rights, you jackass. Yeah, whatever. Have all of those. All right. Let's get him in the car. Good stuff. You know, game, I don't know what a turnk is either. Open the trunk, discover a clear plastic bag containing white powdery substance resembling cocaine and another clear plastic bag containing a green leafy substance resembling marijuana. So one illegal substance in the vehicle, although that's probably a little too much of a limit there on the former. Start to examine the evidence. You hear Jack's voice behind you. Just leave this stuff in the trunk siding and I'll impound it with the car. Couple licenses there. Both probably fake. See what's in the old notebook there. $2,000 collected from RG. Set up Hotel Del Forvia, gambling, blackjack. Initiate plan for dealer RO. I forget who RO is, but RO. Meet Jose Martinez and Lonnie West. Get $100 from Cindy. Buy new ammo. Meet the Northwest boss. 3 o'clock, we're at lunch with Robert G. Discipline a couple pimps. Terminate Lonnie West. Terminate Jose Martinez. Oh, okay, well. Found our guy then. Poker with Jesse Baines. Evaluation of the drug saturation plan. Cash profit total. Phone East Coast. Meets the Gutless Wonder and initiate plan 3. Some of those things he has not accomplished yet. Let's go and leave that in the car. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this guy back to jail. Oh yeah, and one more thing. If anything's happened to my car, I'll have my lawyer on so fast he'll keep it down back there, slimeball. That comes on the radio. Dispatch 8331 confirming code 4 and felony stop warning custody. Proceeding to jail. Request tow truck. I'm just gonna get this guy locked up. Almost there. Up those stairs, dog meat. Prime insults for the 80s. You'll find out it's a big waste of your time and mine. This guy's a little bit of a potentially dangerous individual. Make sure that gun ends up in the locker. So he can't get it when I go through the uncuffing process. One bad dude, says the jailer. What are you booking him for, Sherlock? Okay, car will do. Fill out the booking slip, give me his property. What's your name? Name's Marvin Hoffman, you scumbag. That's all you're going to get out of me. Dan, you know the sleazebag is not the man he claims he is. You book him as Marvin Hoffman anyway, hoping his numerous felony charges will keep him in the slammer long enough to ascertain his true identity. Yeah, this before you finish your coffee break. Oh, I see you've got that slam ball pusher booked. Car is tucked away, and evidence booked, and there's one clean bus, my boy. I received a call from dispatch on the way over. Dooley wants to see you in his office when you're done. My shift's over. I'll see you back at the station. Gonna save over that game real quick. As we've learned, driving is rather hazardous. Proudly marching along. Several of the other games that are on this engine are some of the earliest Space Quest ones, King's Quest 1, 2, and 3. I mean, you can find VGA versions because they did a lot of remakes in the 90s once they found that point-and-click engine that works, once they built it. The games play largely the same in terms of what needs done as their EGA counterparts. Sergeant Dooley starts to read, his eyes begin to sting and water profusely. Sergeant Dooley races for the bathroom, cursing the gremlin for spraying the memo with mace. His way out, Dooley yells, "Read the memo yourself, Sonny, if you can." The hallway comes uncontrolled laughter, and Dooley declares, "When I find out that gremlin is, I swear I'll kill him." All right, our request to go to narcotics has been granted. Let's get out of this uniform and get ready for action. Those guys work any part of their shift today, or are they just staring at their lockers? I'm gonna write a memo about this hot water situation. This place never has enough hot water. I, for one, think should be able to take longer, more comfortable showers. Oh, Morris. Eternally in the shower. It's great. Earlier we were wearing the white pants with the blue denim shirt. Now we got on blue jeans and a t-shirt. Totally wasn't just a palette swap. Let's go see Lieutenant Morgan. Lieutenant Morgan welcomes you to the Narcotics Division, explains the necessity of her new image. Sonny decided to put you on the Hoffman case due to your involvement in the arrest. Your partner will be Detective Laura Watts. You can join Laura in her office now. Good luck on the case and welcome aboard. Welcome to Narcotics, says Laura. I'm pleased you were selected for the position. Case files, including Hoffman's. Ooh, excuse me. Keyboard contains keys to unmarked cars. Radio call numbers 83 Nora 10. And that's my desk. I attended Hoffman's arraignment early this morning. He's being represented by an out-of-town hotshot lawyer. Jerk is convinced Judge Palmer that Hoffman is who he says he is, and that's not the worst of it. Judge Palmer set Hoffman's bail at only $500,000. We got to show cause to justify a no bail warrant. Hoffman gets out on bail, we'll never see his ugly face again. Sonny, I have a meeting right now, can't stay. Hoffman's your baby and time's running out, hoping to discover information that'll convince Judge Palmer to hold him without bail. Alright, well, let's get his file. There's our man. It kind of looks like our boy, right? FBI most wanted, wanted for murder. Jason Taselli. Don't use last names Harrison Hoffman. 5'11", tattoo of a flower above left nipple. Now we're getting somewhere. Cooking with gas. And same as before, since we're taking a company car along for the ride. Go ahead and give it a once over there so we don't pop a tire. Little taps there, the time compression, so we can get the road on the show. Okay. See if we can talk to the judge about a no bail warrant. Bailiff says Judge Farmer, see him make it quick. Going into the courtroom. Here we go. Okay, so giving her the file and the wanted poster. Just need the judge to consider the evidence here. Bailiff and the court reporter squirm and choke, trying to conceal their laughter while you quietly tell the judge of your tale about tattoos and nipples. The judge attempts to stifle her giggles, but fails. Judge Palmer whispers softly to you, well, Mr. Bonds, it appears your friend has his tick caught in the ringer. Stifling her laughter, she says, congratulations, your request has been granted. There's a no bail warrant issued in the name of Jason Tiselli, alias Marvin Hoffman. All right. Here you are, Mr. Bonds. Hope you're not too late. Tiselli's attorney is at the jail at this very moment attempting his release. Whew, long drive. You know, Bonds, it's very moment Hoffman's lawyers in the front reception area bailing the worm out. Oh, man. I hope you know this will slam the old boy's orifice shut. You're right, gonna go blow this attorney's mind. Get to stay in there for my friend, Mr. Tiselli. Boy, that made my day. Should have seen that guy started ranting and raving like a little kid who just had his lollipop taken away. All right, well, let's Go on back to the barn. Alright, so we're keeping Mr. Taselli in jail. Making big points in narcotics so far. Good stuff. Looks like Laura's waiting for you. You wonder what's up. Sonny, one of my informants just told me a drug deal is going down soon in Linton City Park. Says Laura, I'm getting into your car. Lieutenant Morgan wants us to take it out and see what we can do. All right, well, we're on our way. Ooh, that's close. But sometimes the driving in this game is the worst. Okay. So park bench. Like figures this is the official drug dealing bench here in this park. Quietly watch a man enter the picnic area. Another figure carefully approaches picnic table. Could it be his drug contact? Vic, were you followed? Away, man. It's cool. Kind of looks like a FBI dude, really. Got a trust stash. Got the stuff. Did you bring the cash? Yeah, right here. Envelope. Mysterious white bag. Trades places. Deals made. And actually, I'm gonna back that one up because should have let Laura know I was on my way up there first, which is a game over there. Or potential game over. So we're just gonna go ahead and a little bit of floor at Trixie. And we'll go through this part again real quick. Okay, and then make the transaction. Quietly radio Laura, moving in. Hook up anybody trying to make a foot bail. Alright, we go back to the car. Took you so long, Hot Rod. I picked up this loose end trying to make foot bail on you. Yeah, sure, Laura. You probably just grabbed the first white male you could find. Got an envelope and little else. Sims is reluctant but cooperative. You learn he's been selling to kids at Jefferson High School, including Officer Cobb's young daughter, Kathy. Used to buy from a guy named Jose Martinez, but then Martinez introduced me to Don Colby here. Haven't seen Martinez since. Laura comments, Lieutenant Morgan will be real happy with this bust. And we're on our way. Get the door, Sonny. I'll keep an eye on these boys. I'm going, Laura. I'm going. Slam dunked on, he yells through the fence. Hey, baby, you boys play basketball? And back again at the jail. Sonny says, Laura, I'll wait here while we complete the booking. Jailer greets you the friendly, well, well, old Bonds is loose again. Jailer says, it certainly got fine looking you got this time, Sonny. Okay, drugs it'll be. Fill out the booking slip, give me the property. Remove inventory and deliver prisoner's personal property to jailer along with the booking slip. Jailer says, okay, remove their cuffs, put the low pushers in cell number 1. I don't know what it is, but Don Colby kind of gives a like a young Craig T. Nelson look to him from the side. That's the first thing I think of when I look at him. Or maybe Dabney. Is it Dabney Coleman? Something like that. It's what's his name? Dr. McKendrick from War Game, and it's probably the first one that comes to mind. I've done some reading and whatnot, other films that he happened to be in, but yeah. Rolling Thunder was another one that I was not terribly long ago. I'd have to look again, but I don't know. Maybe he was in Major Dad too. Hmm. No, I don't think that was it for him. Oh, well, that part doesn't matter. What does matter is we're getting back to the police station. Dropping Laura off. She's going to go write up the arrest. Jack's over at the Blue Room. Why don't you tell him we nailed the rat who's dealing dope at Jefferson High? All right, well, off we go then. Again. In the Blue Room, see Jack seated at a table. He appears to be quite intoxicated. Trying to cheer Jack, you tell him about the Victor Sims arrest and how he's responsible for selling dope at the high school. Sonny, I really do appreciate you nailing that filthy scumbag pusher, but I'm afraid it might be too late. My daughter Kathy is in intensive care ward over at Lytton General Hospital, he explained. She's in a coma from a drug OD. There's nothing I can do. Oh, Sonny, there's nothing anyone can do. Bartender says, for information, Sonny, I have a cab on the way for Jack. Cab driver shouts out, hey, we called for the taxi. That's it for me, Sonny. I'll see you later. Cabby says, right this way, buddy boy, and don't fall down. Ooh, man, is this boy in bad shape? Comes Keith. I'm sorry to tell you this Sunday, says Keith. I have some bad news for you. Oh, cool. Am I going to have to work another one of your shifts? Lieutenant Morgan sent me over here to advise you that your boy, Taselli, has escaped from jail. Taselli jumped a guard, then made it to the exercise yard where he escaped by climbing over the fence. There's a citywide dragnet out for him right now. Morgan wants to see you back in his office ASAP. See you later, Sonny. I got business to take care of. Alright, back to the barn for us. Let's get through that light and go back to see the lieutenant. Unless Laura's waiting here to just send us right back out again. He worked hard keeping that punk Hoffman in jail. What a shame it's all for naught. It's frustrating when a man does the best job he can do. Some dummy screws it up. I wouldn't trust that tower guard to guard our water fountain. After reviewing the Hoffman file, I think we should take a close look at the black book that was impounded along with his Cadillac, get it from Russ in the evidence lockup. Check it out and then get back to me. I have some other leads to investigate. When we next meet, I may have some ideas. Alrighty. Okay, let's take a look at the gun that was recovered there. SW 9764912. Things that we were looking at. 6 4912. Reported stolen. 325553382. Okay. Let's talk to the Allied police officer there. Note from Laura. Bonds received a check from Chicago Detective Joe Tabor. Says our man Jason Tiselli is linked to a big-time drug dealer by the name of Jesse Baines. Tabor included a mugshot of Baines, high-stakes gambler, recently dropped out of sight in Chicago area, and lab matched fingerprints, 45 caliber automatic found on the stolen Cadillac to Tiselli's prints. Studied the mugshot of Baines and vowed to remember it. Remember about the anonymous letter about big stakes gambling at Hotel de Four? I realize you're onto something hot. Detective Saber says, oh yes, we know your man Jason Tiselli, alias Hoffman, alias Pearson. Linked to big-time card shark and drug runner named Jesse Baines. Both of them dropped in a sight, and I'll send you a mugshot. Good luck, click. Okay. So Morgan's number, 555-6674. That will be important later. Wanted for murder, drug involvement, prostitution, last seen in area, Chicago, Illinois. Tony says, Laura, after you left, a hooker by the name of Sweet Cheeks Marie, who called you precious, called from jail, said she needs to be seen as soon as possible. But before you go, Morgan wants to see you. All right. Well, do that real quick. Little sweetheart's in the can. Might be able to help us out. Seems the drug problem is emanating from the Hotel Delphoria. In lieu of her current state of affairs, I bet she would be willing to help you establish your cover. Go over to the jail, see if she'll help with the hotel operation. Get back, I'll hold a briefing on it. Call the jail and arrange everything. All right, sounds good. Gonna run down and pick up Sweet Cheeks. Or at least get her help. Well, it's about time, Bonds, exclaims the jailer, and that gal in the cell's been whining like a lonely puppy for you. Do your best to calm her down, huh? I don't get paid to listen to the crap. Sorry, Sonny, but I got picked up by Operation Trick Trap. I know you warned me, but I thought the operation was over. Hmm. Oh, Sonny, I'll help you do anything. Thank you so much. Oh, please tell me what to do. All right. Hey, Sonny, says the jailer in a loud voice. You've been messing with my female prisoners? Did you just start wearing lipstick today? Taggant Morgan called. He's sending a car over for Sweet Cheeks. Excellent. Let's do this. We're going to make a side trip here before we go back to the station. Radio Chronicles 83 Nora 10, respond to Cotton Cove. Officers need ID of 187 victim. Good to see you, Sonny says. We got a ripe one here, no ID. Is this the dude you arrested? Since you're the guy who booked him, we hope we can identify him. Lift the blanket and examine the swollen body. It resembles Jason Tasselli, but you can't be sure. Soggy shirt peels slowly from his chest. Above his left nipple, you spot the flower tattoo, which confirms your identification. Alright, now we'll go back to the station. So Tasselli's dead, Baines is on the loose. Gun positively linked to some killings. And everything at the hotel. Devised a plan to infiltrate the gambling scene at Hotel Euphoria. Lieutenant Morgan begins. Sonny, I want you to check in a hotel owner named Jimmy Lee Bankstein. Meet Sweet Cheeks at the hotel cocktail lounge. Signal Sweet Cheeks you're ready to begin an operation by ordering a drink. She'll pretend to recognize you as Whitey, an old friend recently released from prison. She'll introduce you to the bartender Woody Roberts, whom we believe is the contact man for the back room hustle. I can word, I promise. We'll be carrying a large sum of money in marked bills, of course, and we'll pretend to be eager for action. Lieutenant Morgan concludes, since Laura developed your disguise, I'll let her fill you in on its details. Sonny picked out a white suit for you, she says. By the way, we've decided your hair must be bleached. Thanks, Laura. You can walk with the aid of this special cane. Its handle is really detachable 22 caliber Magnum Derringer. When the need arises, you'll carry a voice transmitter disguised as a plain-looking ballpoint pen. Laura adds, I picked up these supplies at the beauty shop. Take this bottle of bleach cream activator into the shower and bleach your hair. That's all I have, concludes Laura. Sweet Cheeks, do you have anything to add? An excited voice, Sweet Cheeks says, "Oh, Sonny, I'm so happy I get to work with you. Why, it almost brings a tear to my eye. I'm looking forward to spending tonight working with you at the Hotel Delphoria, my precious." She winks at you. Sweet Cheeks says, "Lieutenant Morgan, why don't you head on over into hotels? Sonny will follow shortly." Thanks for your help, Laura. That's all for now. Lieutenant Morgan instructs you, "Sonny, after you bleach your hair and change your clothes, report back to me. I have more instructions for you." Sergeant Dooley, his voice cracking, interrupts the meeting. "It's my regretful duty to inform you that I've just received a phone call from Jack Cobb. His daughter Kathy just died without ever regaining consciousness. Effective immediately, Jack is on extended family leave. Jack's taking this really hard. His brother's staying with him and he requests no visitors. I'm sure your sympathy goes out to Jack in his time of need." "Thanks, Sergeant Dooley. Hatred wells up inside you. You vow revenge for Kathy's senseless death by tracking down the dope world animals responsible." Lieutenant Morgan speaks softly. "Sonny, the sooner you get to that scene in Hotel Delphoria, the sooner we can neutralize those bloodsuckers." "All right." With great anticipation, you carefully rinse the bleach from your hair. Last, you'll find out if blondes really have more fun. How wonderful. 15 years of service have come to this. Wearing a pimp suit to meet a hooker. Now that's professional advancement. Wouldn't your mommy be proud? No need for a radio, because where would we put it? Nor a police belt or a wallet. After you infiltrate the illegal gambling activities at the hotel, contact me. I'll send over a team of detectives to serve as backups. Envelope contains $1,000 in marked $100 bills. Use your head, and don't forget, we want Mr. Big. Just then, the intercom squelches, "Lieutenant Morgan, Homicide Detective Oscar Hamilton on line 3. Patiently wait while Morgan grumbles on the phone. Sonny seems that Hoffman to Sally was shot execution style before he decided to take his little swim. Looks like you're walking right into the dragon's lair at the Hotel Delphoria. Be careful, boy." Well, that's it here. Now go meet Sweet Cheeks and get this campaign rolling. All right. Okay, this should be fast driving sequence, I think. A doorman and everything. Room 204, second floor. The rooms are very clean and nicely furnished. Telephones and a queen-size bed. You register, you tell the desk clerk says just take the elevator, second door, rooms on the right. Okay. Get this operation going. Sweet Cheeks pretends she just noticed you. Whitey, is that you? So good to see you. It's been such a long, long time. Come on, Cheeks. Let's do the table over there. Think of back through change. People going off to play. What about it, Sweet Cheeks? Bartender says you're going to introduce me to a new friend. Would you like to meet Jimmy Lee Bankstein, but everyone I know calls him Whitey. Dear old friend, I haven't seen in over a year. Bartender asks what you do for a living. I'm presently unemployed, taking it easy, enjoying a good life, looking for a good time. Just finished doing a little time for embezzlement, and haven't had a chance to land a job yet. Appreciate you keeping that information under your hat. Sweet Cheeks returns, even after drinks, conversation with bartender Woody's tight-lipped about any backroom gambling. Vegas for the weekend. Sweet Cheeks acts quite excited as she accepts the offer. Slip the bartender a 20, and then it happens. Suddenly, a soft voice bartender asks, "What exactly are you looking for in a way of a good time?" Just about anything, but women, gambling, and money top the list. Well, Whitey, there is a little card game in our back room that's available by invitation only. It's pretty serious. Costs you 200 to get in the game. You think you can handle it? Come back a little later with the 200. I'll see what I can do for you. Heart pounding, you offer him your thanks and assure him you'll be right back after you finish with Sweet Cheeks. All right, for folks paying attention to the top score panel there, we are at 200 at 245, so usually means we're getting to the end of the game. Into the game, rather. Number is 5559222. 5559222. Okay. We'll call Lieutenant Morgan later. All right. Have some rhythm on the door. Got a new player for us. Gonna get frisked. All right, here we go. Through the amazing power of save states. Oh, and this is Gene. We will now play some poker. That already introduces you to the newcomer. Frank, this is Mr. Jimmy Lee Bankstein. He's going to join us for a few hands. Mr. Bankstein, meet Frank. Okay. Seven, 8, 9, 10, Jack. I'll keep that. Oh, Mr. Full House. Well, we will go ahead and fold. Try and keep our money here. Oh, it's a club. Got one pair. Okay. It's kind of a garbage hand. Okay, we at least got one pair there. Got two pairs. Let's bump it up. It's better. Got one pair so far. Pair 3 is not very strong. Okay, let's see how this one plays out. Okay, I think we can beat that. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, pair queens isn't gonna do it. All right, next hand. Pair fours. Ooh. All diamonds and one heart. Let's risk it. There's the diamond. Let's see what we can do here. That's what we want. That's a crappy hand. Pair of nines. Oh boy. I forget what the threshold is, either a number of games or dollar amount before it actually wins it. Kind. Strong. Stronger than Gene or Otto. Sure is. I got a pair of kings, not awful. Those hands kind of suck. That flush definitely sucks. 6, 7, 8, 4 king. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. Two pair out the gate. That's nothing to balk at. Except when he's got a 3 of a kind. All right, $845 making progress. Okay. We need a jack. Do we have the jack? We do not. Oh, Mr. Bankstein, seems poker's your kind of game. If you'd like to come back later tonight, we'll be playing a more private game, which is considerably higher stakes. Be sure to give word the password Frank sent you. He'll let you in for free. We gained permission in the private room. If everything works out well, we'll do a little business afterwards. All right. Okay. Now we'll call Lieutenant Morgan. Okay. All right, there's our backup. Detective Anglin hands you a new transmitter and supply of marked $100 bills. You carefully clip the transmitter to your pocket. Monitor your transmitter at all times. We're anxiously awaiting to assist you in any arrests. All right, so we've got our pen, and now we just need to play in another poker game. Glad Lieutenant Morgan sent people there for us. The big game in the back room. The frisk. Another knock at the door. Frank welcomes you back to the game. Hello, Mr. Bankstein. Believe you know everyone here. This time you look carefully at Frank as he shuffles the cards. Cold chills race down your spine and a blast of adrenaline surges through your body as you realize he exactly matches the description of Jesse Baines. The Death Angel. Alright, same song and dance. Boo. Oh, 2 pair. Want a little bit of money there, so I'm just going to save it. That's right, I didn't actually have the... Oh, good lord. Crap. I think he was dealt a 3 of a kind. I got 2 pair there. Let's do a little stronger. 1 pair. Such crap. Yeah, no, it's a full house. Take that one for sure. Super crappy hand. No better. Got at least a pair. Hmm. There we go. What a lame hand. This one is no better. There we go. Okay. Wonder if I can. Yes. Here we go. He's a little better at navigating diagonal stairs than I am. Okay. Yeah. Ominous music and holy shit, this suit. Alright, we'll let backup know where we are. It's time to go confront him. Well, Mr. Bankstein, says Baines, I have a little proposition for you that I know you'll love. I'm interested, you reply. Then the telephone rings in the next room. Fix yourself a drink while I answer the phone. Did it somehow get set on... Here we go, normal. Uh-oh. Seems one of our card-playing comrades recognizes your ugly mug from a minor misunderstanding he had with the heat a while back. You're about to find out just how much I hate cops. Just then, a knock on the door diverts Baines' attention. You dive to the floor and struggle to remove the derringer from your cane. A loud crash and the door flies open. Your backups have arrived. Baines is taken down in the barrage of gunfire. In the twinkling of an eye, the shootout is over. Sprawled unconscious on the carpet with a near-fatal belly wound lies Jesse Baines, the Death Angel. Jesse Hiram Baines, the Death Angel, was brought to justice and tried in a superior court in the city of Lytton on the following charges. Hotel de Forum bartending Widow Roberts turned state's evidence and, as a witness for the prosecution in return for a suspended sentence and 3 years probation, provided convincing testimony concerning the gambling activities of Jesse Baines, Otto Lipschitz, and Jean the Bambino Bamboni. Some dragnet references here with this whole approach. Drug pusher Donald D. Colby turned state's evidence and, as a witness for the prosecution in return for a suspended sentence and 5 years probation, provided convincing testimony concerning the Baines narcotic distribution network. Attempted murder. Lytton PD detectives Bonds, Anglin, and Smith presented eyewitness testimony concerning the shootout at the Hotel Delforia. First-degree murder. Ballistic tests provided a positive match between Baines' .32 caliber automatic handgun and the weapon used to murder Jason Tiselli. Oh, he got hit with .32 ACP. It's a very dangerous round. And now, the results of that trial. The Honorable Judge Kim Palmer asked the foreman of the jury, "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached your verdict?" Foreman answers, "Yes, we have, Your Honor." Philip Breeze bringing the jury's verdict to me. Bailiff, please read the jury's verdict to the court. Charge: illegal gambling, guilty as charged. Charge: drug trafficking, guilty as charged. Charge: attempted murder, guilty as charged. Charge: first-degree murder, guilty as charged. Mr. Baines, excuse me, please rise for sentencing. Do you have any last statements before I pronounce sentencing? Baines looks straight into your eyes. "No, Your Honor." And then under his breath, he hisses across the aisle, "Bonds, you're a dead man." Staring intently at Baines, Judge Palmer says firmly, "Jesse Hiram Baines, you are hereby sentenced to a total of 97 years in the state penitentiary without the possibility of parole." The courtroom erupts in spontaneous applause. You smile broadly until you catch Bane's glaring holes through your skull. You know your life is not yet free of the Death Angel. Three days pass, with Bane safely ensconced at the state penitentiary at Vacaville. The city of Lytton is once again a quiet, peaceful community freed from the grasp of the Death Angel. Following a ticker-tape parade down Main Street in your honor, a huge crowd is gathered in the courthouse steps. Mayor Fuddrucker and Chief Whipplestick wait at the top of the steps while you pass through the department honor guard. Sonny Bonds, the mayor, reads, "As mayor, I wish to express the appreciation of the people of the city of Lytton for your service to them and present you with the expression of the gratitude, the key to the city." Congratulations, you've won Police Quest. King's Quest 1, 2, and 3, The Black Cauldron. Oh, that's another good one. Space Quest 1 and 2, and Leisure Suit Larry and Land of the Lounge Lizards. You'll also enjoy our 3D helicopter simulator that allows you to have dogfights with your friends via modem or just fly through many cities for fun. Well, that will definitely round us out here for tonight as we round up the classic gaming. We actually managed to play through a complete one from start to finish. That was Sierra's Police Quest 1 in Pursuit of the Death Angel, the EGA version for the Atari ST. And as always, we just kind of want to roll through some end credits here ourselves. If subscriptions are not your thing, I do enjoy all of the followers and all of the subscribers where I can get them. That absolutely helps me out and keeps the wheels rolling here on this channel for producing new content and things. But if subscriptions aren't your thing, you can always buy me a coffee. I will actually spend the money on coffee. And you can do that at coffee.com/PylamJRomar. You can catch VODs, including this one that will be up later on YouTube at @PylamRomar. And then we just have our usual array of weekly events here, all time specific. Monday, of course, is the classic game stream. Next week will be kind of a toss-up as far as which one we actually get into. Might be another old-school Sierra game. Might just be another old DOS game of some stripe or another. We'll see how it goes. See where I'm feeling. But we'll definitely do that next week, starting at 9. Friday, of course, is Arma 3 Liberation. If not Arma 3, it might be Star Citizen. We'll see what else we get into that night. But either way, it'll be Traveling and Adventuring with Faye and the Hunt, starting at 6 p.m. And then, of course, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, we have DCS Saturday morning. Probably going to be doing a little bit more of the generalized mission type stuff. We'll see how many people we can actually get up to fly. And, you know, God willing, one of these days when they release the F4, we'll be taking that up too. So that should be a good time. This holiday season, many folks are looking around for gifts and things of that sort, and if you know some digital artists, you might be seeking to commission them for some work. Just remember here that in the wintertime, it is cold outside, and you don't want to leave your digital artist out in the cold, so don't pay them in exposure. Pay them with money. They deserve money, their skills deserves money, and they should absolutely be paid for the work. So if you hear or understand anybody asking for things for exposure alone, slap on the wrist, pay a commission, do the right thing. And with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here tonight and close it out as we usually do. Always ask for consent. Try to communicate as best you can with your partners and try to be genuinely decent human beings to one another. And we will catch you later on. Pile 'em out.